oftentimes when we are painting, we want to paint a certain way. Maybe we have a favorite artist that we want to pattern our work after, or even copy their work because we like it so much. And I think I was that way a little bit with my painting, where I would have these artists that I really liked their work, and so I would try to, and I probably wouldn't have admitted it at the time, but try to copy their style. And I'm kind of rediscovering with these on plein air paintings that when you try to copy somebody, you're never going to be able to, because you're not that person. But also at the same time, you're going to be missing out on the type of work that only you can produce. And so with these on plein air paintings, I feel like I am discovering my style. I kind of force myself to throw out a lot of the things I was trying to do and just paint more freely. Paint in a way where I was more focused on things like enjoying myself in the process, and painting without certain expectations of how it would turn out, etc. And I've been finding out that not only is that providing me with inspiration, but it creates an environment where you are able to grow and learn how to paint at a quicker pace, and also develop your own style. Definitely focus on your technique, but also free yourself up a little bit in the painting process, and don't try to copy other artists. And also get out there and just enjoy the process and let yourself be inspired. Don't tie yourself down with, I got to do this right, I got to make sure it looks like that, I got to have this down. Throw all that out and just get painting, and you'll find, I think, that your own style will bloom out of that. Okay, we have arrived at a spot that I wanted to check out. It's a really pretty area. It kind of goes up on this ridge line, and so there's a lot of stuff I could paint. So I'm just going to get out and check it out and see if it is a spot that I want to paint from. Okay, it's pretty quiet up here. There's some good views on the road down there. I got a good view of the sky right back up in here. Okay, so I've had a quick look around, and I'm actually seeing something right in this area that I am liking. So I think I'm going to set up on the road here. For today's painting, I have a canvas this time, and I think this is like a 6x6 square canvas, so that's 6x6 inches. First up, we have Brilliant Red, we have Burnt Sienna, we got some Burnt Umber. Actually, you know what? Scratch the Burnt Umber. I think this is Burnt Sienna. So it looks like we don't have any Burnt Umber. And then we got our Payne's Gray, Sky Blue, Yellow Ochre, Medium Yellow. I believe this is, oh, if I can get the top off. lemon yellow, and then finally titanium white. The clock is ticking with the lighting that we got here, so I want to work as quickly as I can. I hope it's not too distractingly windy, but it is pretty windy up here. This is the area that I'm looking at. The sun just came out, so it got pretty sunny here. So I actually want to clear away some of these trees right here, take those out. I want to bring up those bluffs a little bit so you can see them better, and then I want to exaggerate the slope of the hill. And then I really like how it slopes in like that and then back up. And then you got this sloping up like that, and then the sky, of course, behind that, which is where the sunset is going to be taking place. But this is what I'm looking at here. So let's get a sketch on. Okay, I'm going to use titanium white to put the sketch on, just because the canvas is so dark. And I think I want my horizon to be somewhere right up in here. Okay, it's going to be sloping downward like that, and then I see how it comes up like that. Maybe you want to scooch that over actually a little bit more to right in there. Comes up like that, and then we got ourselves some trees back in there. Okay. And then we have some trees back here that follow that slope down to right about there. And back there is where we're going to have our bluff. And I think I actually want it to start to come in from right back there and slope downwards. I want to bring these trees up a little bit there. Those trees will be like that. We have our slope come down like that. I don't like how the slope here kind of just comes in at the tops of these trees here. So I want to bring one or the other up, and I think it's going to be the trees. I'm going to bring those trees up a little bit. And then we have our sky right up in here with the clouds. Okay, I like that. I think that's good. We can work with that. Okay, we're ready to start putting some color on. To do that, I'm going to start out with a little bit of a bigger brush, about this size here. This is a filbert that I trimmed to be kind of like a dagger brush. Whew, windy. Okay, let's start with the sky. It's going to be quite white. I'm just going to start putting in some of this titanium white at the horizon, closer to the horizon here. And then I want to have it get a little bit more blue as it goes up. Just like that. Want to add a little bit of that burnt sienna to the mixture, just to warm it up a little bit and create a little bit more of a hazy look in the sky. I like the way the clouds are looking right now. You can see that there's a rather large cloud coming in, and there's some sun rays and then some further away clouds. So I'm going to see what I can do with that. Okay, we don't actually have that much room up here in the sky, so I think I'm going to take some of my sky blue and mix it in with a little bit of burnt sienna and Payne's gray just to get a little bit of a darker color here. That looks a little bit too brown, so I'm just going to add a little bit more blue and Payne's gray to it. Okay, that's better. Still a little bit too dark, perhaps. Something like that. And then we have our other more distant strip of cloud. That is a little bit too dark. So add some more titanium white to it. Coming in like that. Now we'll move on to this background bluff, which is again looking kind of blue. I'll add a little bit of yellow to the blue just to green it up a little bit. We'll start with that. See how that looks. It's pretty good. It's a good start. I want variation in it. I don't want to just make it all one solid tone. Okay, just something like that. But now we're going to mix a color for these trees here. I'm going to do that by taking my sky blue, yellow ochre, and putting that in there. I'm also going to put some of that burnt sienna, a little bit of Payne's gray in there as well. Gonna force those shapes in there quick. I'm gonna darken that up just a little bit actually. Alright, now we'll move into the shadowed portion of the hill, which is going to be just a little bit lighter than the trees. Next up, we're going to put in these trees and then the foreground. The leaves there on the side are really pretty because they're sunlit right now, so I'm going to try to add that in. Now I'm going to add in our sunlit portion of the grass back here. It's very sunlit right now. I don't want to just use yellow. I'm actually mixing it in with some of that titanium white. I definitely need to darken those trees up, so I'm going to do that here, especially right in there. It's actually quite a contrast in those leaves and those background trees. Okay. Alright, I like that dark color in there. I'm going to add another little bit of a tree right there, I think. Okay, it's better. I think you want to take out that spot right there. Have it come in a little bit, probably. Yeah, that's better. I like that a little bit better. Well, this up there is quite a bit sunlit as well. Dry off my paintbrush here of all this green, and then I'm going to try to start working in the sky. I think I want to use a different paintbrush though. Alright, let's come back up into the sky area here. I'm going to come up here with some bright highlights, start working them kind of between this darker cloud here. And as always, I don't want to mix any yellow in with this blue because that will create green, and there's no green in the sky, so that is something that I'm going to be careful of. Also have some sun rays coming up, I think. Very bright in there. Okay. Some more titanium white, I think. Ooh, that's a lot of titanium white. Okay. Okay, I'm not crazy about the cloud shapes, so let's see, what do I want to do with that? I'm going to kind of shake it up a little bit. So just because you see the cloud shapes looking like that in your scene that you're painting doesn't mean you have to render them in your painting exactly the same way. So I want to actually change this up a little bit. Alright, I'm liking that a little bit better. Let's bring this down a little bit. And by the way, I kind of made the color of the clouds a little bit more violet by adding some of that brilliant red into it. Alright, I'm liking that for right now. Also, I notice that I want to change the shape of these trees a little bit. So I'm going to actually bring down this hill. I'm going to need some more Payne's Gray to darken up my mixture. But I want to change the hill a little bit right here to slope downwards, I think. I think that would help the composition a little bit. Let me see here. You know what? I think I'm going to add a tree. I think I'm going to push this spot over a little bit, and I'm going to put a lone tree right there just to add it in. I think that would help. So I'm going to come in here, grab some of that. Let's see here. I'm going to take that guy out for the moment. Let's bring all that down just a hair. Alright, I think that looks a little bit better. So now what we're going to do is add a little lone tree right about here, I think, and just see how we like that. Okay, that adds depth. I like that. I think we'll keep that for now. Alright, I can see I'm going to need to lighten up this area just a little bit more. Every time I look up at what I'm painting, I'm always thinking, how can I simplify this? How can I capture it in just a few brush strokes? Because I want to move quick, yeah, but also I don't want to be overwhelmed by the amount of detail I see. So I want to simplify and try to capture it as best as I can in a way that is believable, but also captures the feel of what I'm painting. Alright, how do we like that? I'm liking that a lot better, actually. So now that we brought this tree line down a little bit and added that tree back there, I think it's working a lot better. And also, I think I want to work on the sky just a little bit more, perhaps. So I'm taking a lot of paint. I don't know if you can see it here. I'm really glumping it on there of titanium white now. And I'm coming in here, and I'm actually kind of trimming these cloud shapes that I see forming with that highlight color. Or I shouldn't say color, it's white. With that highlight white. Creating some impasto marks, which is a fancy way of saying paint that is actually so thick it's kind of creating ridges that catch the light. So I'm just working in these highlights around these clouds because the clouds are going to be catching a lot of that sunlight. And you can see it over here. It's quite sunny. The sun, as you can see, still is well above the tree line here. Alright, I think that's good for now on the sky. What else do we got? I think I need to highlight these trees just a little bit more. I'm just taking some of that yellow. Highlighting those trees there. I don't know about the shape of it. I just don't like how this shape is right now. So I just might want to come in here and break that up a little bit. I do like that a little bit better, but I'm not sure about this. So I just kind of create a spot of a little bit more shadow maybe, right up in there. Alright, that's better. That breaks up the ground a little bit. And I'm going to add a little bit more highlight back up in here. Just a little bit. Now, I don't need to put any up here because that's contrasted pretty dark against the sky. It's mainly right here where you'd see it show up because of the darker background of that bluff. I am seeing some tree trunks coming up in that area over there. Let's see how, oh, that's a little bit too light. This area needed a little bit more interest. The light changed on me pretty quick when the sun slipped behind that ridge of cloud over there. So at this point I'm pretty much working all from memory of the way it looked before. But it's a good thing because I think we can call this painting pretty much done anyway. Just a few final touches and we're finished with it. But when you're working outside, the lighting changes so quick that it really is a learning curve to be able to paint quick. Alright guys, we're going to call this one finished for now. So I'm going to pack everything up, head back. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, leave me a thumbs up and we'll catch you in the next one. Until then, God bless you guys. We'll see you later. as I was packing up, I just noticed this beautiful view, and I love the depth in it. I think I want to paint it sometime in the future, but I mean, just look at that. Look at the depth you could capture in that. It goes back so far. It's so pretty. You even got some cows on the hill right there. But yeah, this is a very paintable spot.